Hello everyone and welcome to the Starseed Dragon channel. This is our new perspective for the day, and we are using the Tarot of the Divine, beautiful deck, and we got King of Swords, Two of Swords, Two of Coins, Three of Coins, Four of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. So we have two twos here, and we have a couple of court cards. So let's start with the King of Swords. He's so beautiful, beautiful griffin. Swords represents air element, which rules over the mind, right? So intelligence, knowledge, wisdom, strategic thinking, right? Strategy. It also speaks to mind manipulation. It's the king, right? So kings are the rulers of their kingdoms, right? They're in charge of the welfare of the people that they rule over, right? And their lands. Imagine, if you will, what the kingdom looks like for the King of Swords, who's ruled over by the air element, right? And all things with the brain and intelligence and knowledge and logic, right? Doesn't have anything to do with emotions. However, how do you think that he would be ruling? He would be very just and logical, right? He would make sure that rules are followed, right? He would be the regulator of all the rules, right? And making sure that everyone followed the same set of rules. He's very structured, right? So this kingdom would be very structured and have probably a very strong military presence, right? Because they need to logically be able to defend their city or their kingdom rather, should that come about, right? So the King of Swords is all about being intelligent and knowledgeable about strategic thinking and being able to have enough stores for the winter and enough for all of his people to be able to grow and be abundant in a fair and legal manner within the confines of the rules that have been put into place so as not to create chaos, right? It's very structured. So this is very logical, strategic thinking, right? A very logical mindset towards achieving that abundance, right? And then we have, hi Phyllis, and then we have the Two of Swords. Twos speak to, in numerology, they speak about balance and being sensitive to that balance, right? The Two of Swords speaks to this person. It has to make a decision between these two swords. The crux that she's dealing with is these two swords are almost identical. So deep thought and deep strategic mindfulness has to go into looking into the details and the minutiae of each one of these potential decisions to see which sword will bring about the best outcome for her. And she can't go into it blindly. She has to make sure that she knows what those differences are, because they can't be seen on the surface, right? She has to dig deep and really see what those differences are and how they may or may not potentially affect her decision, right? And you know they will, right? So the Two of Cups, again, we have another two. Speaking of balance, right? I'm sorry, not the Two of Cups, the Two of Coins. So coins is also pentacles, right? So that's ruled over by the earth element, which has everything to do with the material realm. And this Two of Coins is speaking to finding balance within this material world of ours, with our material abundance, with our material choices, with our decisions on what type of career we're going to have, what type of, which path we're going to go down to be the most abundant people that we could possibly be. You know, a balancing between, you know, nurturing her children and being able to also prosper with, you know, all of the other material abundance things that she wishes for, right? So balance in material world, right? Then we go over to the Three of Coins, and the Three of Coins, threes are expansion, right? They're growth, they're opportunities for growth. Threes are always ever expanding and growing into, okay, so now I've got some balance and I've got my footing. Now I want to grow and expand on either what I've already learned and expand upon it and master it, or figure out something new and master that as well, so that I can create a firm foundation in the fours, right? And then we go over to the Four of Cups. Now, fours speak of stability. Cups are ruled over by the water element, right? Which is everything emotions, right? Everything heart-based. Speaking intuitively, right? Intuitive emotions, inner feelings, outer feelings, emotions, all the emotions, all emotion, everything, right? But also traditionally, the Four of Cups speaks to a certain type of boredom or disillusionment, because the person is looking at the three cups that they've made, that they've manifested, and they're just not satisfied with that, right? But they don't see the divine cup behind them being offered to them by the divine, right? Because they're so consumed with how disappointing their last three manifestations came to be, right? How they turned out. But also, I think that's a rather negative aspect when it comes to a four, because fours speak of stability. Gaining emotional stability is what I see in the Four of Cups. You might not see that, but that's what I see. And traditionally speaking, that's not what this card represents. But you have to look at the bigger picture sometimes. Fours in numerology represent stability. There is stability in this person's emotions. They're learning how to stabilize their emotions and control their emotions so that they can better acclimate to whatever situations they are in and not panic in an emergency situation, or not explode and fall into an argument with a narcissist, for example. And to be able to control their emotions to the point that they don't give anything to that ridiculous argument that the narcissist is trying to start. Just an example. So, you know, for me, the Four of Cups represents emotional stability, learning how to control those emotions, and being given a divine gift of learning how to control them, because threes are expansion. She already has the 3 cups, right? Threes are expansion and celebration of, joyful gratitude that, you've achieved the point where you can grow, right? Where you're acknowledging your growth, right? Once you've learned how to control these 3 emotions, here comes the divine gift of the 4th cup, which creates stability and is teaching this person how to have balance and control and stability within their own emotions. That's what I get out of it. You may not agree. Let me know in the comment section what you think. And then we go over to the lovely Queen of Wands. I love this Queen of Wands in this deck. She is a very passionate ruler, right? She loves her people. She loves the people in her kingdom, and she cares for them like a mother, and she's very passionate about them, and she is the type of leader that encourages the creativity of others and others' viewpoints, right? She's very passionate about nurturing that creative nature within all of her people, right? Because she knows that endorsing someone's passion and someone's belief system is fuel for them. It allows them to continue on that path of expression, or the path of, being creative in whatever field they want to be creative in. Whatever field that they feel that they are passionate about and are meant to be a part of, and not be ashamed of it. They need to be unapologetically passionate about what it is that they do. She wants the people in her kingdom to live extremely fulfilling lives, to be passionate about everything that they do, and grateful that they can embrace who and what they are freely without fear of being condemned for anything, who and what they are, right? So what do these cards speak to you intuitively? Work those intuitive muscles. For me, let's see what I'm getting from these. It looks like there is a person, whoever we're reading for, that is very intelligent and strong, and they need to strategically work their way through a difficult decision that will create balance for them and growth. And I think that it might have something to do with career, right? I think it has something to do with balancing their work and life. Maybe an entrepreneur, someone who wants to start a business and grow that business, and they've learned how to keep themselves in check and not freak out at every little thing, and just keep going and burning that flame of owning their own business. That's what I'm getting from this. This is a very entrepreneurial kind of thinking. It's very strategic. There's a business plan involved, but which business plan, how to execute that business plan, I think is what this decision might have to be, that will create this work-life balance and stability and allow for this person to expand and grow. But they have to make sure that they're keeping their emotions in check, right? Because when you start a business and you're very passionate about this thing and it's your baby, right? You can become really protective over it, and you can become easily disappointed when you get a very large bill, but you're not getting that income just yet, right? Keep going, is what the Queen of Wands says. I believe in you, is what the Queen of Wands says. I believe in this endeavor. I'll be your first customer. Just get your stock together, and get your storefront all put together and everything, and I'll be your first customer because I believe in you, right? What is it that you are seeing? So we have some antiquities. Let's see what we got. We've got, let me put my readers on. These are tiny cards, tiny writing cards, and they're in weird handwriting, print, font, whatever it's called. Pathway. Does it say pathway? Pathway. Passage. Okay. I'll look that up. Let's see what else we got. Leaf. Change. Beautiful. Change. This is a very big deal. It's a deal. Big deal. Ooh, rose. Promise. Beautiful. I'm making a rose for one of my friends. It's going to be gorgeous. Can you see all of that? Okay. So let me look up the meanings. First one is pathway. Okay. Pathway. Well, there's rose. Where's pathway? Pathway. Okay. Your chosen path is the path you are meant to be on. Trust where it is leading you. Each step taken in your life helps create the big picture. Each choice, effort made, feeling felt, connection shaped, and loss endured creates a new rite of passage on your journey. As you move through time and space, shedding light on the darkness that lies ahead, you are building a bridge that connects all the pieces through time, from ancestral lineages that arch their way to future generations. Know you are surrounded by people who love you, both the living and the deceased. They walk with you, behind you, and help light the way. They encourage your journey and celebrate your achievements. They hold your hand when you are afraid of the unseen and unknown. You are in wise company. You may be building a bond lasting many lifetimes. Beautiful. And then we go to leaf. 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 If you are finding yourself in the thick of it, know that this is only temporary. As hard as that may feel to hear, because it may not seem believable right now, the only thing constant in our universe is change. If you are trying to hold on to something that no longer is within your grasp, you are being encouraged to check in with the resistance and why it does not feel safe to allow more to enter. This or something better is always on its way to you. There is only so much control one has over anything. Take control of what you can and learn to let go of the rest. Absorb the happy and prosperous moments. When things feel too much to handle, turn them over to the universe. Let it renew your world in a more prosperous way. It is only a matter of time until things shift. Gorgeous. And then we have rose. Let your love in and open your heart in a way that allows others to feel welcome, seen, and appreciated in your world. Continue to focus on your inner light. It is through this love your light shines bright and attracts others. You may find yourself attracting new projects, new people, and new opportunities. all things that make you smile and make your heart flutter. Don't let little challenges defeat you. Take a moment to reflect on the possibilities. Let this energy radiate through you and from you. You will continue to attract more of the same. Your emotional and positive energy is on the upswing. Use this time to relish in life's pleasures and be playful with your time. Connect to things that bring out the best in you. Explore new ways of feeling joy because joy leads to creation through love. Encompassing yourself in bliss connects you to the offerings of life. You may receive promising news at this time that could potentially expand your world. A day of romance and pampering will revive you. Isn't that something? I love it. It's great. And we should all pamper ourselves. I'm just saying. And then we have the beautiful herbiary, the illustrated herbiary. Yeah, it's just one card. Let's see. Integration. Mulleen, page 132. Okay. Mulleen, 132. 132, 32, 32. Oh, here we go. Integration, Mulleen. Mulleen appears where she's needed and has trouble staying where she's not. Because of her penchant for moving about, over the years, she's learned quite a bit about quite a bit, making her a wise guide on any journey. Mulleen brings multifaceted understandings into alignment with each other, easily building intellectual bridges between seemingly disparate or disjoined things. Because her gift is seeing the structure of the whole, she'll sing the relationship of bone to water or air to skin in a way that makes you wonder how you never saw those patterns for yourself. Call on Mulleen when you need a torch in the darkness or an overview of the whole so you can understand the parts. And the ritual is think macro. Think macro. Understanding how things influence each other is key to seeing the deeper patterns at work in the world. In your mind, as a sketch or in a journal, find the threads that connect these seemingly separate things. An acorn and a butterfly, the moon and a ship, your head and your heart. Connect disparate things. Many years ago, I took a workshop with Tom Robbins, author of Jitterbug Perfume. Since it was a long time ago, I'm running fast and loose with Tom's exact phrase. But essentially, he said that the job of a writer is to connect disparate things, like a Twinkie and Jupiter, or the chiming of a grandfather clock and a swallow's mad dash from the barn eaves. Writing can help you make connections and see the macro. Reflection. Spider medicine. Mulleen is like a spider sitting on her web, feeling the vibrations along various threads and seeing from the center how it all connects. Imagine all the parts of your life as a giant network, with every person, place, and thing connected. Think of yourself as a spider sitting in the corner or sitting in the center of her web. Imagine the threads stretching out from where you sit. Bring consciousness to your connectivity. Are there parts of your life that need to be integrated into the whole? Now choose an action you're considering or a decision you're making. Feel out along your web. What or who will be affected by your choice? Right here. Two of Swords. However far back you go, you will find all experiences linked by slender threads. Robert Halenga, Philosophy Made Simple. Isn't that fantastic? Yep, definitely a decision. Have to see the greater picture, right? You have to deep dive. You see the greater picture, see the connections, find that balance, right? In order to grow and, become stable in your emotions, in your happiness, in the goal of achieving that well-balanced, emotionally stable life. And here's Queen of Wands being your cheerleader, right? I love it. What is it that you are seeing intuitively in today's reading? Let me know in the comment section below. And I hope that you have a great day. And I'll see you on the next video.